Okay, now I would like to explain about some definitions in transient analysis. So first one, steady state. If a network having constant sources is said to be in steady state if the branch currents and node voltages do not changes with respect to time. The response of the network in the steady state is called steady state response. It means if a network having DC source or constant source and in the network branch currents and node voltages not changes with respect to time, the state of the network is called steady state. In steady state, the response of the network is called steady state response. So next one, transient state. If a network containing energy storage elements means inductor and capacitor. So with change in excitation, the current and voltages changes from one value to another value. It means if a network having energy storage elements like inductor and capacitor, the response of the network changes with respect to time if we change the supply in the network. If we change voltage or supply voltage, automatically the response of the network, that means the branch currents and node voltages changes with respect to time. The state of the network is called transient state. The response of the network in this state is called transient response. So next one, transient time or transient period. The time taken by the network to change from one steady state to another steady state is called transient period, or the time taken by the transient state is called transient time or transient period. The next one, natural response. A circuit containing storage elements which are independent of the sources, the response depends on the nature of the circuit and is called natural response. If the network containing the energy storage elements like inductor and capacitor, in that case the response of the network depends on the nature of the circuit. So this response is called natural response of the circuit. So next one, forced response. If a circuit containing sources, the response depends on the nature of the sources. This response is called forced response. The total response of a circuit consists of transient response and steady state response. If a network having energy storage elements, then only the natural response is present. The next one, homogeneous differential equation. The general form of linear differential equation di by dt plus pi equals to q if q equals to 0. This equation is called homogeneous differential equation di by dt plus pi equals to 0. The solution of this equation I equals to k into e power minus pt. Here k is constant value. To find constant value, we have to apply initial condition. This response is called transient response. Why? Because here the current depends on time. If the currents or voltages changes with respect to time, the state of the network is called transient state. In transient state, the response of the network is called transient state response. Here current depends on time t. So this response k into e power minus pt is called the transient part of the response. So next one, non-homogeneous equation di by dt plus pi equals to q. If q not equals to 0, it is called non-homogeneous equation. In this case, the solution equals to e power minus pt integral q into e power plus pt into dt plus k into e power minus pt. Here k into e power minus pt indicates the transient response. E power minus pt integral q into e power plus pt into dt indicates the steady state response. So here k into e power minus pt is complementary function of the solution, and this first term is the particular integral of the solution. So CF indicates the transient part of the response, PI indicates the steady state part of the response. Total response equals to, so steady state response plus transient response. The next one, initial conditions. At reference t equals to 0, a network condition is changed by switching action. Here at t equals to 0, the network condition is changed by switching action. Assume the switch operate in 0 time. The network condition of this time instant are called initial conditions. Okay, if we change the switch of the network at t equals to 0, at that time the circuit condition is called initial condition. So to differentiate just to this instant just before and after the switching operation, we will use negative and positive signs. Okay, it means here switch operate at t equals to 0. T equals to 0 minus is just before switching operation. T equals to 0 plus is just after the switching operation. So from 0 minus to 0 plus, the distance is the time distance is very small. It approximately equals to 0. So T of 0 minus is just before the switching operation, T of 0 plus is just after the switching operation. So similarly, currents and voltages, I of 0 minus, V of 0 minus are just before the switching operation, currents and voltages. I of 0 plus and V of 0 plus are currents and voltages just after the switching operation. So by using these initial conditions, we can find the constant values present in the solution. So next, initial conditions of resistor. This is the resistor. The voltage across the resistor equals to V and current flowing through the resistor equals to I. So we know that the voltage current relation is V equals to IR. The resistor is a linear and time independent element. The current through the resistor changes instantaneously if applied voltage changes instantaneously. So always a pure resistor has a steady state response only. The transient response present if a network having energy storage elements like inductor and capacitor. If a network having only resistors, it having only steady state response. In resistor, if we change the voltage, automatically the current will changes. Why? Because V equals to formula I into R. If we change current, voltage changes instantaneously. If we change voltage, current changes instantaneously. In a resistor case, I of 0 minus value not equals to I of 0 plus value, V of 0 minus value not equals to V of 0 plus value. Okay, next one, initial conditions in inductor. Here the voltage across the inductor equals to VL and current flowing through the inductor equals to IL. For an inductor, the voltage current relation is given by VL equals to L into di by dt, IL of t equals to 1 by L integral minus infinity to t VL into dt. So assume the switching takes place at t equals to 0. So IL of t equals to 1 by L integral minus infinity to 0 minus VL into dt plus 1 by L integral 0 minus to t VL into dt. Equation number 1. The term 1 by L integral minus infinity to 0 minus VL into dt indicates the value of IL up to instant t of 0 minus. So IL of t equals to, this term equals to IL of 0 minus plus 1 by L integral 0 minus to 2 VL into 0 minus to t VL into dt. At t equals to 0 plus IL of 0 minus equals to IL of 0 plus equals to IL of 0 minus plus 1 by L integral 0 minus to 0 plus VL into dt. So as switch operates in 0 time, so the value of integral 0 minus to 0 plus equals to 0. So IL of 0 plus equals to IL of 0 minus. The current through inductor cannot change instantaneously. It means IL of 0 minus value equals to IL of 0 plus. Here switch operates at t equals to 0 time, 0 minus 0 plus currents are same. It indicates the in inductor the current cannot changes instantaneously. At the time switching t equals to 0, the voltage across the inductor is infinite. So at this instant the inductor acts as an open circuit. So we know that formula V equals to L into di by dt at t equals to 0. So V equals to infinity. So voltage across the inductor equals to infinity means at that case the inductor acts as a open circuit. So next at t equals to infinity, at steady state t equals to infinity, the voltage across the inductor equals to 0. Okay, substitute t equals to 0. Okay, substitute t equals to infinity, steady state. So VL equals to 0. So voltage across the inductor equals to 0. So voltage equals to 0 means it acts as a short circuit. So finally we can say that in inductor the initial conditions IL of 0 plus equals to IL of 0 minus and at t equals to 0 the inductor acts as open circuit. At t equals to infinity the inductor acts as short circuit. Okay, if the inductor carries an initial current I0 before switching action, then at t equals to 0 plus the inductor acts as a current source. Okay, next one, initial conditions in capacitor. For a capacitor, the voltage current relation I equals to C into dV by dt, IC equals to C into dVC by dt. So Vc equals to 1 by C integral minus infinity to t IC into dt. Assume that switching takes place at t equals to 0. So Vc of t equals to 1 by C integral minus infinity to 0 minus IL into dt plus 1 by C integral 0 minus into t IL into dt. The term 1 by C integral minus infinity to 0 minus into IL indicates the value of Vc up to instant t equals to 0 minus. So Vc of t equals to Vc of 0 minus plus 1 by C integral 0 minus to t IL into dt. At t equals to 0 plus, So Vc of 0 plus equals to Vc of 0 minus plus 1 by c integral 0 minus to 0 plus IL into dt. So 0 minus to 0 plus time is approximately equals to 0. So this term equals to 0. Vc of 0 plus equals to Vc of 0 minus. Okay, in capacitor Vc of 0 plus equals to Vc of 0 minus, just before the voltage across the capacitor equals to just after the voltage across the capacitor. The voltage across the capacitor cannot change instantaneously. So at the time of switching t equals to 0, the current starts flowing through the circuit. So at the instant t equals to 0 plus, the capacitor acts as a short circuit. So once it is charged at t equals to infinity, the capacitor acts as open circuit. Okay, finally, in case of capacitor, the initial condition Vc of 0 plus equals to Vc of 0 minus, and at t equals to 0, the capacitor acts as a short circuit, and at t equals to infinity, the capacitor acts as a open circuit. If initially capacitor is charged to voltage V0 before switching operation, then t equals to 0 plus, it acts as a constant voltage source with source value V0. Here, first one, the element resistor. At t equals to 0 plus, it acts as a resistor. At t equals to infinity also, it acts as a resistor. So resistor will not change with respect to time. Next one, inductor. At t equals to 0 plus, the inductor acts as a open circuit. At t equals to infinity, it acts as a short circuit. If initially the inductor is charged with a current of I0, then at t equals to 0 plus, the inductor acts as a current source with source value I0. At t equals to infinity, it acts as a current source parallel with a short circuit. So next one, capacitor. At t equals to 0 plus, the capacitor acts as a short circuit, and at t equals to infinity, the capacitor acts as a open circuit. If initially capacitor is charged with a voltage of V0, at t equals to 0 plus, the capacitor acts as a voltage source with source value of V0, and at t equals to infinity, the capacitor acts as a voltage source in series with open circuit. The initial conditions are very useful for determining the arbitrary constants present in solution. So first one, resistor initial condition I of 0 minus not equals to I of 0 plus, V of 0 minus not equals to V of 0 plus, and resistance property will not changes with respect to time. So next, in case of inductor, the initial condition IL of 0 plus equals to IL of 0 minus. In inductors, the current through the inductor cannot change instantaneously. At t equals to 0, the inductor acts as a open circuit. At t equals to infinity, the inductor acts as a short circuit. So next, to capacitor case, initial condition, so Vc of 0 plus equals to Vc of 0 minus. The capacitor doesn't allow the sudden changes in a voltage, or the voltage across the capacitor cannot change instantaneously. At t equals to 0, the capacitor acts as a short circuit, and at t equals to infinity, the capacitor acts as an open circuit. T equals to 0, it acts as a short circuit. T equals to infinity, it acts as a open circuit.